What's up guys, Sputnikov here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm doing great as always. Welcome to MangaTimes, my weekly series where I recommend to you a typical manga I think you should definitely read. So the manga I picked today is one that I think is really underrated because no YouTubers have done a video about it. It's a manga about grief, it's a manga about overcoming that grief, and it's a manga about a mother that lost her son. So this manga's name is It Looks Like My Son Has Been Reincarnated into Another World. Now the name sounds completely silly, I agree, but listen to the plot before you make a judgment of it. So the manga tells the story of Dubara, a regular office worker and otaku who lives a completely normal life. One day he gets contacted by an old classmate from high school. Her name is Mio and she's married now. She contacted Dubara for a specific reason. Indeed, her son got killed in a car accident a few months ago and she believes that he got reincarnated to another world. Now why does she believe that? Don't worry, you heard correctly, it sounds completely crazy, but this is why she actually contacted Dubara. As when Mio went to see her late son's room after his passing, she saw fantasy isekai light novels about reincarnation going to another world, and she contacted Dubara because he is the only otaku she used to know back then. Now this isn't some funny story about reincarnation, but I think it's more a dark story about grief and denial. What I found to be really interesting is the way the characters of Mio and Dubara interact with each other. It has a hinted bit of romance, but Mio is still married even though she has conflicts with her husband. She still is a married woman. Now what I found interesting is that Dubara is a complete loser, but through Mio he's going to become someone stronger, someone that grows, and the character of Mio is someone who's really tragic as a person because she actually goes through a stage of her grief that is really well known. Search up on Google Elizabeth Kubler-Ross study on death and you'll learn about the 5 stages of grief. That's another point I think is interesting with this manga, is that it deals with grief in a way that's atypical. I'll give you an example. Most mangas deal with the loss of somebody, with the depressive state that people go through. They're completely closed on themselves, they don't see any hope in their lives. But this manga goes even further. It actually shows the first stage of grief, which is denial. Mio is in denial of her son's death. For her, her son has been reincarnated into another world after his death. It was all part of the plan because of the isekai light novels. He actually planned his death. He's not dead but doing well and she wants to join him. Now Dubara will bring back Mio to reality, and her relationship with her husband is also quite tragic. We have her husband that goes through grief into a different way than Mio. He hates her for having this state of saying to everyone that her son is actually alive and reincarnated, and their relationship is really complex as well. So now if I should tell you something, is that this manga is of course tragic, but it's a good read because it deals with very complex characters and themes. You should definitely check it out and I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you next week for another recommendation, my friends.